My baby, she sent me a letter. It's mail day, you know what that means. Weekly news time. But first, I also, looks like, the first Christmas card of the season from Sue and Joe. Let's give it a quick look. It is the yearly letter. I'm not going to read this to you, but this is always good. They always send out a letter talking about everything they've done for the year. Um, these letters can go anywhere from, hey, we drove the RV to Paris and back, to, guess what, we were out of the country and Joe decided to have a stroke. So it's always interesting to catch up with them on that. Um, oh, this is cool. Their Christmas card this year is a little montage thing of them from the year. I see camels and I see boats. This will be an interesting letter. One of these, they're wearing headsets. I wonder if that's in a helicopter. You folks will never know unless you're on the list. I'll tell you an interesting thing I did for a few years. I did one of those, like, form letter type things. Only I made stuff up. I would talk about, I think it was my 5 kids or something. I remember there was like 2 of them were twins that were born a year apart. Um, and every year there'd be a different pet because the year before our pet had had some type of tragic death, and just different stuff like that. 10-year-olds being arrested or whatever. But the funny thing about it is, there was an Episcopal priest who used to come in the library that I got to know, and he was also a school teacher. And he had decided to reopen the Episcopal church in town that had been closed for a while. He got it going, and my brother was going there. And one time at Christmas time, I put him on my Christmas list. And he said to my brother, he goes, I didn't know he had kids. It's another one of those times where I thought my humor was obvious, and some people just don't get it. But let's get to this week's news. Uh, oh, this will show you how clever the editor is down at the Phillipsburg Journal. They got a picture of, I assume this is going to be community Christmas tree down Phillipsburg. And it's a big tree, and she headlines it, Tremendous. Okay, folks. Doesn't get any better than that. We got a group of kids stopped by to sit on Santa's lap. Yada, yada. I just mentioned today, because there was a picture of my nephew visiting Santa. And I said, I don't understand how Santa gets all his work done when he spends a whole month doing all these personal appearances. I think the elves need a raise because they're obviously doing it all. What do we got here? We got a legendary local grappler continues to collect accolades. Phillipsburg native Tom Vox is school down the road had a ceremony that named their wrestling room in his honor. Okay. Doesn't get any fancier than that. What else we got in here? There's a varsity football squad That was from when that guy played football, obviously. He graduated in 52. Even I wasn't born yet. But I think somebody, correct me if I'm wrong, I think our football team might have had a winning season this year, which would be a nice change for a while. When I went to school, we always had winning seasons. We might not have been perfect, but I can remember when I was out in Pittsburgh, my mother would sometimes send me the paper. I remember the first time I read a thing that we had lost to like West Branch. And West Branch was one of those teams when we used to put like in our third string to play them. Here's something I just saw a picture on Facebook. I didn't realize. Well, this is the first season for it. That's why there's now a high school girls wrestling team. Why didn't they have that when I was going to school? I had to gladly signed up to wrestle girls. But I think that's kind of cool. Something, they talk about like boys and girls sports and things, and there's some things that I kind of wonder why they need to be separated. Well, I'll tell you one that gets me. It's not really a sport, but I saw a video about like in the European Chess Championship, and there's a men's and a women's division. Why? Now I could see like in wrestling, every once in a while you'll see a story about a girl that joined the boys wrestling team or a girl that played football, but that's kind of rare. And I mean, be as liberal as you want, but everybody's got to admit that when it comes to wrestling, it's not very often a girl's going to be able to stand up to a boy, But anyway, that's neat that they now have girls' team. Well, here's the obituaries. Let's see. Donald Cartwright. It's a familiar last name around here, but he was 85. I didn't know him. James Delansky, 89 years old. Lisa Sherwood, only 43. They said she was from Clearfield. Here's one, someone that I did know. A couple years older than me. Kathy Chip Williams. I know she was married to Joe Mike Williams that I knew. She was 70. Indians from around here but live out of town, we'll catch you up on the deaths. Oh, there's a big thing about, I think wasn't it last week I told you about their high school girls volleyball team won the state finals. Now that is very cool. Let's see. What else we got? There's some ads in here for a change. There's pictures of some guys that got their bucks. I'd like to get bucks, but not those kind. And there's a picture of another kid sitting on Santa Claus's lap. Guy gets around, and them putting up the tree. And let's check this out again to see what this advice column Dear Pitkin, have you been naughty or nice this year? I want to indulge that. And that's it, folks. That's all the news from a week's worth. I don't think I showed you. This is a picture of the guy that they dedicated the wrestling room to. Um, but there you go. That's everything worth talking about. I guess I'll see you tomorrow, huh? Peace out.